the Beebs. Phil Marsh is here from the running room. Hello, Phil Marsh.
Hey.
And right beside him there is Dylan Wykes. Dylan happens to be Canada's top Olympic marathoner. Matter of fact, finished 20th in the Olympic marathon in London. Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's
thanks.
awesome.
Yeah,
Were you pleased with that?
Yeah, it was a good accomplishment. You know, I didn't have really high expectations going in, but I improved on my ranking prior, and yeah, it was
Was
great.
it a best time for you? Or?
No, the conditions were pretty tough.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Phil was telling me.
Yeah,
it wasn't
so it was
easy.
like 25 Celsius, which is not good marathoning weather. You want like 10 degrees.
Yeah, exactly.
So it wasn't a PB, but it was still a great experience.
20th place. That's all right, man. Cool to be in the Olympics. Eh?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah. It's also cool to see you get involved with Phil in the Michigan running program, which you got going a couple years ago, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's we started a running program after we'd done the project with Harvest House.
Yeah.
And you know, kind of the cliche, you know, trying to turn an unhealthy addiction into a healthy one.
Right.
Kind of like you in golf. So you know,
sometimes that's unhealthy.
Yeah. So a great program, and it's all volunteer driven at the mission. But not only trying to raise funds, but awareness for the mission, trying to get volunteers out, but also a big clothing and footwear drive. Last year we got a cargo truck full of clothing and shoes and things for these folks. I mean, a lot of them are living on the street and literally will have the running shoes taken off their feet while they're sleeping.
Yeah. I was there at the mission just before their big Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
And had a look around, really got into the inner workings of the place. And it's unbelievable what they do there for people on a daily basis, let alone on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
And they could really use you know, winter boots and winter type clothing. So I got a few bags in the truck right now I'm going to drop off. But this, getting people involved in running, I know it's a mission of yours, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But to turn people from an addiction that can ruin their lives to something that can help them is it's a fantastic thing to do.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. You know, it's most of these guys are trying to live one day at a time, and then when you start to tell them, okay, you know what, we're gonna focus on doing something like a 5K or a 10K or half marathon down the road. Yeah. They've all of a sudden got to look bigger picture, and there's a lot of peer support. But it's funny, Kurt, one of the biggest things that we got, one of the feedback from one of the guys, we go through Sandy Hill sometimes on the way from the mission down to the park and run in Strathcona. Yeah. And one of the guys said, you know, one of the best thing about this running program, I looked, I was kind of like, oh, the coach or the, you know, the being fresh air, whatever. He said it's the dignity and the feeling of being a part of the community. He said if a bunch of us guys walk through Sandy Hill normally, people would look, they'd go to the other side of the street, they might kind of put their head down and be a little bit nervous or whatever. He said when we're out in our running gear and we're out as a group, he said people give us high fives, people say, hey guys, have a good walk, have a good run, but they said, especially even during a race, they feel like they're part of the actual bigger community. And that's such a valuable thing that I think we all take for granted.
And like anything else still in whatever sport it is, everybody gets involved for different reasons. But if this is one of the reasons, I mean, that's spectacular.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing that we've got going with Phil and the mission race, and great opportunity for people to help out, and you know, it'll be great.
Exactly. Get involved. November 18th is the day.
Yep.
It's a half marathon.
It is. It's the TELUS Mission Half Marathon, and there's a 5K this year as well. So we want to make sure that you know, we could get some of the folks. Actually, we created the 5K because some of the mission guys may not want to do a half marathon right away. So there's a 5K option, and it's at a golf course you and I love, the Marshes.
Well, maybe I'll come up there because maybe I'll be able to run a 5K by then.
Yeah. Sure. Well, in your progress for the half marathon for next May.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get going here.
Step at a time.
November 18th.
Yeah.
Where do we find it? Runningroom.com has all the info?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. Are you going to be there, Dylan?
I'll be there, yeah,
awesome,
helping out, and yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah, it was great. Dylan offered to do a talk at the brunch after and kind of try to inspire people. So it's kind of neat to get to run a half marathon on the golf course and then get to hear about the Olympics kind of firsthand and get inspired by that too.
Usually Phil and I are doing a half marathon chasing the ball on the golf course. This is a different kind.
Army running, left, right, left, right.
Left, right, left. Anyway, thanks, fellas. Good to see you, and best of luck.
Thanks.
Great. Thanks a lot.
We'll be in touch before November 18th. That looks like a lot of fun.